Good morning. This is Joy. I'm in the middle of my cleaning. I figured I'd get some cleaning done today after I did um, my helping out yesterday with family members and stuff. And, did a little bit of more grocery shopping. I'm um, trying to find out what works best for me in the grocery shopping way. But I figured if I want to save my energy to exercise, then I'm going to have to, what I want to do is just stock up. I mean, because for one thing, we don't know what's coming. And uh, just be prepared. Just be prepared for what could come, what could possibly come, and what may never come, other than me needing to just not have to get out on the road so much and stay focused on what I need to do here to house to be happy and content. So this morning I've told you before that I would show you my stepper, and if you'll look over there to your left or right, but you'll see it in the corner there next to my office. That's where I keep my clothes, in that clothes closet right there. So anyway, I'm gonna try to do this now. I don't really have. I just have comfy clothes on, so don't look at what you possibly. Uh, uh, I just have a dress on. That's it. That's all I have on. So don't be bad mouthing me, please. So this is what I work in around the house sometimes if it's too hot, or I just need to be comfortable. So until I lose the weight that I need to lose, well, I have to be comfortable. So there's my stepper, and I'm going to try to step over there and explain it to you um, um, as much as I can. Um, it has straps on it. Oh, what do you call them? Um, these things that you can do your arms with and stuff while you're stepping. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get on it. Now I don't know how long I can stay on it. So um, this is what I'm going to attempt to do uh, a little bit every day. And if you all want to come along with me and do that, I don't know if, as I it might not be the same time every day, but it is what it is. So um, let me put this down, and what I have to do is I use my walker to um, which I'm not going to be able to see me and you. I mean, I'm not going to be able to do both of us. So, but that's the stepper, and I'm just gonna get over here, get my walker around here. Well, excuse me. See, when you're not equipped for doing the things that you are wanting to do, there's my Swiffer mop that I just got done scrubbing the floor where the dog food was. So I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna get on it. A little bit hard, a little bit painful. So you might as well know that. So this is what I do. Up and down, up and down. And I hold on to my walker so that I don't lose my balance. And so I'm only going to be able to do so many of them, and I'm not even going to count them because there's no point to counting them. Um, you quit when you need to quit. That's the bottom line. So um, any of you guys that have a stepper, or if you don't, get yourself out of a chair, or if you have a walker, you can stand in front of your walker and you can up and down on your tippy toes like this. Just as long as your legs are getting exercise. Now, I'm not no exercise guru. Now, my daughter, she is. Um, I've been trying to get her to start a YouTube channel. She did have her own gym for a while, but the guy that she that was sponsoring her was a jerk, so he ended up buying it back off of her. So, but anyway, this is what I do, and if I talk, then I don't notice it so bad. But here's the thing, I gotta not overdo it. So I think I'm gonna quit now. Oh, so there's that. So if I can get oh, okay, let's go in here. I'm gonna go into my office, and I'm gonna try to uh, um, this new phone that I got. I paid $149 for it, and I love it that the camera has this side view that I can show you different things with. So I'm in my office, and I'm on my futon here. When I come in here and I want to start finishing my book. Like I said, I started it, and I found out that you could Amazon will publish it for you. So um, I did an ebook because the book didn't have enough pages to do a paperback or a hardback. So I went back into my book, and I started writing more on it, and I haven't finished yet. So yeah, it's called The Great Intelligence, Humanity, and I Am That I Am. So I left a link on my channel thing, so you should be able to go in there under links on my channel. So if you're interested, it's only, I think I priced it at $4.99, and you can download it onto your tablet or your phone and read it that way. So if you're interested, the link is there on my channel under the links, and happy to have you get it. I mean, if you're interested in that kind of thing, or see where my thinking is going and stuff, and what I've been learning, and so anyway, that's that. But I'm in my office here, and I'm gonna. I mean, I had to sweep the floor, and I'll tell you what, it gets really dirty in a camper. Well, actually, a regular trailer, a mobile home, if you want to call them that, gets dirty. I always used to say, "Good Lord, this trailer the walls must be growing dirt," and if you don't keep it up every day, which that's hard. That's hard for a lot of people to do it every day. And then when you do finally do it, then well, it's exhausting either way you look at it. So that's why I've been trying to downsize things that I have to use to make my camper into a home, and make it be homey, and still fit my needs and my wants and desires. So, but I been thinking about doing different things. Now, I know that I can't continually talk about um, life at Tiny, and but I can bring other things up. to your attention, like I did the other day on the video about them people being forced off of their own property because they were in a camper. Now, I can continue bringing you different things that's going on out in the world, and then if you want to research it, you can research it, and um, if you have to, set yourself up a little place. It don't have to be big. You see that desk right there. It's got my printer up there. It's got my monitor there and the speakers, and down at the bottom it has the tower. Now, if you have if you have just a laptop or something like that, it still work. And you can go to that, and you can do your research, make notes and stuff like that. Hey, girlfriend, boyfriend, let's use our brain. I mean, and while we still have our hands and arms and legs and our mind, don't let people tell you that old age and that's going to affect you. I mean, every time I'd go to the doctor after I got to be a certain age, the doctor or the nurse practitioner would say, well, according to your age, this, that, and whatnot, we got to watch this and we got to watch that. My body tells me when I've got a problem, if you listen to it. So don't let people or issues push you into the mindset that you can't do it because you're too old, or you're disabled or crippled or whatever. I mean, look at Stephen Hawking's. He never gave up until he went ahead and left this planet. But um, I don't know if I told you this story before. I worked for this home health business, and it was run by a young girl, and she was in a car accident, and it paralyzed her from the waist down, and she got a lot of money for that, so she took that money and started her own business, and she'd be there every day working at the computer in her wheelchair, and she was young. Now, if you keep your mind sharp, at least keep your mind sharp while you're working on the other stuff. And reading is one of the best ways to keep your mind sharp, and critically thinking. Now, I have noticed in this lifetime, in my lifetime, and all, I've lived in a lot of different states in the United States, and I've run across a lot of people. I have street smarts, street experience. I have home life experience. I have um, alcoholic husband's experience. I have a drug husband experience. And I've run across a lot of people in this life. And it baffles me that people want to stay uninformed. And the word is ignorant, not ignorant in the fact that you're ignorant. Ignorant means not knowledgeable about something. And they don't want to learn anything. They don't want to know anything, and they like to stay dumbed down. They like being what they think they're being taken care of by the um, powers that want to be, or so forth. They don't want to step out and do anything for themselves. And I've always been a curious person. I've been curious since I was a little girl. In fact, I don't know how many of you remember those old houses that had the square locks on them, the black square locks, and on the doors on the inside and the outside. And they unlocked them or locked them with a skeleton key, and it was a long key about like that, and it was just, and I would, at 2 years old, I was curious enough to see, and I would take that apart and put it back together again at 2. Now, what really boggles my mind is that none of the adults in my life ever recognized that if I could do that at 2, what could I do if I was encouraged and taught more? But it didn't happen that way. And then again, at 4 years old, I don't know if you remember the baby dolls. They were made out. They had a wooden head and a cloth stuffed body, and they had the um, wooden arms, or something like that. I think they were made out of some kind of wood that would break easy, and the plastic hands or the hard hands, and the eyes that would open and shut, and the mouth that had the little felt tongue in there that was just open just a little bit. You're not going to believe what I did at 4 years old. I wanted to see what was behind those eyes. I would take that baby doll and I'd slam its head on the cement and open that up to see what was what. Oh, I'll tell you, I was really disappointed because it wasn't what I thought it was going to be at 4 years old. So I've been always curious and always asking my mom, well, why are you telling me that? Why? Why do I have to do this, or why do I have to do that? But for the most part, most people just go along with the status quo. And well, they must be smarter than me. They're telling me to do this or do that, or they're in that position, so they must know what's right and what's wrong. But I was never like that. And people still today are, if an authority person or a doctor that went to school for 8, 9, 10 years told me this, so it must be right. So I'm going to do what they tell me to do. No, girlfriend, boyfriend. They've got scammers, and they've had scammers all of our life, all this humanity's life, that want to take from you. And why are they a doctor? Well, they say they start out, and a lot of them used to. A lot of them used to start out with, I want to help people. And they did tell you the truth, and they didn't always try to pump you through full of pills and stuff to just hide the symptoms and stuff, which will only make more symptoms. And so anyway, growing up, always curious and always wondering what life was about and stuff, and why people did this and why people did that, and but I was always told I was dumb and stupid, and any of my ideas were crazy. And so, at the age of 62, I stood up. I stood up and said, my one daughter had already started college. She was going in for a nurse, and she went to the first college. And growing up, we didn't know we could go to college. And and then my next daughter, she got on the bandwagon, and the one that I'm living on their property now, she got on the bandwagon and started going to college. Well, her and I have got similar ideas, so I thought, well, if she can do it, why can't I do it? I mean, I got to find out if I'm dumb or not. And so I signed up too. She'd got there a month or two before me, and of course, some of the tests, you have to take a test when you sign up, and you go through all the federal grants and stuff like that, and you get approved, and then you go in and you get loans to live on while you're going to college. Well, um, I passed all the entrance exams except math, so I had to take math, and those were some strenuous days, but I passed. I graduated and found out that I wasn't that dumb little kid that everybody said I wasn't, that crazy kid. And as I got out and learned more stuff instead of being stuck in a little small town, I found out that I don't know. I didn't find out till the age of no about 50, 55, 56, that I was a good looking girl at the time, good looking woman. And, but, and so I wasn't this ugly little duckling anymore. And I learned I started learning who I was and who I could be. So here we are now today. And I'm learning, and I always loved to write. And love to read. I think the first books that I ever really, really enjoyed was, well, it wasn't Run, Dick, Run, Run, Jane, Run. So, but it got The Black Stallion, that novel with Alex Ramsey in it. And I would spend hours in the house reading. And I would get every Black Stallion book I could get and read it. I only had the library, but that's what I did, and I'd take the books back all the time. So anyway, and I know I keep harping on this, but it needs to be, because there's too many people out here that are afraid to try anything new. They're afraid of change, but change is coming. And again, and I'm going to pound on that. Change is coming whether we like it or not. And we could either make it work good for us or just let it flow over the top of us and take us down. It's just that simple. So you use your imagination to create the world that you want, and your determination and your thought process and your belief that all things are possible with our Creator, and our Creator is within us, spurring us on. It's saying, like, come on, Joy, you can do it. You can do it. Come on, come on, come on. And, but be aware of what's going on around you. I mean, don't be afraid to, you don't have to spend 24/7 on the news or on YouTube to find out in general what's going on and what they're doing with things like the 15-minute cities, and why are they sending billions of dollars over to Ukraine, and why is the WEF saying that you'll own nothing and you'll be happy? Why is people like BlackRock buying up all the houses and stuff like that? Find out why people are buying up all the farmlands and stuff. Jump in there and find out. Look up how they're harvesting meat now, beef and chicken, and they're taking cells out of cows and chickens and lambs and stuff, and they're growing it in lamb and grown in big vats. Check on that stuff. Dig around. Use that phone that you've got, and be aware so you can look and say, "Well, geez, that meat's awful expensive. Well, I wonder why it's expensive like that." And if you look on the label, it might say, I don't know, cultured meat grown in a lab. I know the restaurants are different places are starting to use it. Um, McDonald's and I can't remember if I think it's Tyson. It's either Tyson or Purdue that hooked up with a company that are um, producing and growing crickets to put in fillers and stuff like that. That's just look it up. Don't let them dumb us down and keep us down. Don't let them keep us in a mindset that we were programmed in. Now again, I don't know who they are. I never knew who they were. You always hear, well, they say, well, who the heck are they? So it's just food for thought. If you want to live a comfortable, healthy life, that you've got something you can go in there and go in your refrigerator. And if you've got a portable refrigerator, or if you're living in a van, or if you're living in a camper, or if you don't have a refrigerator at all and you have to eat out of cans or something, like, try to stay away from processed food as much as you can. So go back and look at some of my other videos about eating too much and stuff like that. And stand up for yourself. Stand up and say, by golly, why do I do this? Why do I think that? Is it because that's the way society programmed us all of our lives? I don't know. I mean, I know I always said I raised myself, but I do see, I see a lot of things in me that was programmed in me, and I'm trying. I'm working on. Not trying. I'm working on getting rid of those programmed mindsets that my subconscious mind wants to go in and take hold of all the time. So anyway, that was my little exercise program, and that's probably it for me today as far as exercising. I'll try to do it again tomorrow, but if y'all want to come along and you see it, I'll mark on the video whether I'm exercising or not, and you can come along with me. So I still haven't got another quote yet, but Wayne Dyer says, change the way you think and you'll change your life. And Henry Ford says, if you think you can, or if you believe you can, or if you think you can't, or if you believe you can't, you're right. Either way, I mean, that's the way it's going to turn out for you. So if you believe you can do it, or you believe it can be done, if you can think it, it can be done, because the Creator made us that way. So we'll see you in another round, and I hope y'all get just as healthy as I'm working on. And I listened to Penny Kelly today, and she was talking about how certain health issues happened with her. There's a breathing technique that when we breathe, it's not, breathing isn't oxygen and stuff at all, although we do need the oxygen. Air's not what we breathe. We breathe oxygen, but breath. I don't know how many of you know what Genesis says, but it says, and the Creator breathed life into the first man. Breathed life. So our breath is life. So our breathing counts a lot. So I tried it this morning a little bit, and what she said was, you breathe in until it reaches the spot where your pain is and stuff, and wherever the sickness is. You bring life into it. So somewhere along the line, the sickness or the brokenness or whatever, it's lost life in it, and that's what's going on. So anyway, I'm learning more about that, and I did it this morning, and I was able to stretch my legs out temporarily for that time when I did that, and it was really hard for me to breathe in enough breath to get all the way down. But I'm going to work on that, and I hope y'all can look more into that too. So you have a great day. I'm going to have a great day. And we'll see y'all later. Goodbye. Mwah.